This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. I'm Mitzi Borromeo, sitting in for Pia Hontiveros. Our top stories. A 1-year-old baby is one of 3 dead from a water tank explosion in Bulacan. An investigation into the cause of the blast is underway. Following a stern warning from President Rodrigo Duterte, flag carrier Philippine Airlines agrees to pay the government nearly 7 billion pesos to settle a long-standing debt issue. And after a stinging backlash from netizens and his family, TV host Joey De Leon says sorry for his remarks on depression. It should have been a quiet night, but residents in a barangay in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, were jolted by the massive explosion of a water tank. The youngest casualty is a little girl. Our Camille Abadisho has the details.
Over 60 houses are washed out in a matter of seconds when this water tank exploded in Barangay Muzon, San Jose del Monte, Bulacan past 2 a.m. Friday. Lily Marie Paulino was sound asleep when the tank gave way.
Nagising na lang kami puno ng tubig. Parang may sumabog, parang may pumutok. Tapos yung kasunod nga nun, sabi ko sa kanya, ano yun? Parang yung mayanig. Tapos yung kasunod nun, segundo lang yata yun. Tubig na, punong-puno na kami ng tubig.
3 residents were killed, 44 injured, 2 in critical condition. 1-year-old Jaina Espina is the youngest victim. She died while sleeping beside her parents inside their house 10 meters away from the water tank.
Gusto kong bumangon Hindi ko magawa Kasi ang laking pader na sa likod ko. Hindi ko makakalaw. Sana nga ako na lang nawala Hindi ko anak ko
Ako po tumayo ko kasi may sumabog po. At pagtayo ko po, bigla pong may umano sa akin hanggang yung pader po, pumagsak na sa akin. Kaya hindi na ako nakatayo. Lumubog na po kami.
The water tank contained 2,000 cubic meters or more than 9,000 drums of water, enough to supply 10,000 households. It is 13 meters high and has a 14 square meters area. Authorities say the structure was built 7 years ago and undergoes regular maintenance checks. Water District General Manager Loreto Limcolyok admits he is puzzled as to why it collapsed.
Structural design is sound. We just don't know why the tank collapsed. Actually, hindi ko malaman kung nag-collapse siya o kasi parang sumabog siya Yung mga sidewalls niya, nasa tabi lahat. Operation-wise, wala kami nakikita na problema. Kasi hindi naman talaga ginagalaw yung mga valvular ron
Some residents claim they saw a person by the water tank before the incident took place.
Nakita namin diyan kanina yung tauhan ng nawasa na lalaki, nakabenda na ganito. Sabi, isasara daw niya magsasara na siguro ng check valve o kung ano may isasara nila dito kanina. Bigla na lang pumutok.
May tao bago sumabog?
May tao. Kasi siya yung kanina na magsasara, parang maintenance o may naiiwan bang tao rito, ganun.
Nilalayo ko yung isip ko doon sa ganun dahil siyempre parang ang layo Ayokong isipin pero hindi natin tinatanggal yung possibility.
While the technical investigation is ongoing, authorities are not dismissing the possibility of a sabotage.
Wala tayong makitang any other traces na meron po siyang nagsabotahe sa kanya, although sabi natin with the investigation that we will conduct with the city government, ay doon namin fully explain.
The city government of San Jose del Monte will create a task force composed of the LGU, Water District, PNP, Public Works and City Engineer to conduct a more thorough investigation. The Water District and City Government, meanwhile, will provide financial assistance to all the victims. Camille Abadisho, CNN Philippines.
Here's a check on the top stories from around the world. Authorities are slowly piecing together the timeline and events surrounding the deadly shooting in Las Vegas in the U.S. state of Nevada, with some disturbing new details emerging on the killer and his arsenal. Officials say the gunman, Stephen Paddock, had 50 pounds of explosives and 1,600 rounds of ammunition in his car at the hotel parking lot. They say it's possible Paddock was preparing to flee after his attack, but ultimately took his life. The motive behind the violence remains unknown. U.S. President Donald Trump says he's open to considering legislation that would ban bump stocks, a firearm accessory used to fire rounds more rapidly. Paddock used such a device in the Las Vegas massacre. Trump, however, wants to hear more information on the matter before making a final decision. Gun control is again a hot issue in the U.S. Congress since the attack. Top Republicans and Democrats are pushing for the measure and identifying new curbs on the use of such accessories. And a global civil society group advocating arms reduction wins this year's Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Committee recognized the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, or ICAN, for its work to draw attention to the catastrophic humanitarian consequences of any use of nuclear weapons, as well as its groundbreaking efforts to achieve a treaty-based prohibition on such weapons. 79 days more before Christmas. In a bid to ease traffic this holiday season, malls along EDSA are once again opening an hour later than usual. Following consultations with the Metro Manila Development Authority, mall operators agreed to open their stores at 11 in the morning, starting October 15. Mall suppliers will also have to adjust their schedules. They're given the 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. window to deliver their goods and merchandise to the malls. By November, weekend sales will be allowed only on Saturdays and Sundays. The adjusted holiday mall hours were also implemented in 2016. Operators say they do not see it having any significant negative impact on their sales.
Bare months naman talaga really peak season. People will adjust. So once we announce this as early as possible, people will be able to be informed and they will adjust the schedule.
The MMDA admits the new schemes can only do so much in making the holiday season more bearable for shoppers. Officials say the goal is at least to reduce vehicular traffic by making sure shoppers don't have to share the road during rush hours when people are reporting to work or school. Authorities are counting on the mall's commitment of support in ensuring they all comply with the agreed schemes. Philippine Airlines has agreed to pay the government almost 7 billion pesos to settle a long-standing debt. The country's flag carrier and the Transportation Department announced in a joint statement this afternoon that they have reached a resolution to the issue of unpaid navigational charges. You're looking at images taken during the signing of the resolution between the two parties. The 6.91 billion pesos covers navigational charges PAL owes the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines and Manila International Airport Authority, some of which date back to 2015. PAL initially offered to settle 4 billion pesos, saying less than half of the amount demanded by the government is backed by invoices. The issue on PAL's unpaid fees gained steam last week after President Duterte threatened to shut down Terminal 2 of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport if the flag carrier fails to settle its debts. PAL has exclusive use of Terminal 2 for most of its regional and international flights. Television host Joey De Leon speaks up after netizens criticized him for his remarks trivializing depression. He earlier described depression as, quote, gawa-gawa lang. In a statement on Eat Bulaga, De Leon apologized to the public and says his family told him about the difference between stress and depression. He explains he didn't know the extent of the mental problem and had mistakenly thought it's the same as stress. He ends with, quote, humihingi po ako ng kapatawaran sa mga nasaktan na galit. I'm sorry. The health department says depression is a disorder that causes a significant change in weight, insomnia, fatigue, feelings of worthlessness or inappropriate guilt, indecisiveness, or recurring thoughts of death or suicide. Actress Antoinette Toss weighs in on depression. Toss shares to CNN Philippines she has experienced this illness. She says her friends, family, and faith helped her deal with depression. Toss, who is also a mental health advocate, strongly suggests that anyone who has the symptoms should seek professional help. Toss says mental health is as important as physical health.
I strongly suggest seeing a professional no matter what. Kasi ako mismo ngayon in this new day and age, like when I have kids someday, whatever may happen, I think I might just impose upon them na one of the checkups that nagagawin nila, hindi lang sa katawan, kasali na din yun, whether or not tingin kong may nangyayari. Kasi nga, what we really want to emphasize is the fact that mental health is just as important as physical health.
Currently, there are 2 pending bills on mental health, both at the upper and lower houses. Just last week, House Bill 1040, or the Philippine Mental Health Law, passed on second reading. Its author, Assistant Majority Leader and House Committee on Health member Ron Salo says it will most likely be approved on final reading next week. He hopes if the consolidated bill with the Senate's Mental Health Act moves faster, the country will have its law of mental health by early next year. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your time. I'm Mitzi Borromeo, sitting in for Pia Hontiveros.